my name is Solace, and you're Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And it is indeed the season to be jolly. Tra-la-la-la-la, la-la-la-la. So, people I thought would not be jolly, normally speaking, would not be jolly, were people on a sinking ship. Yeah, people who could see the ship going down, you would have thought they would not be jolly, but rather perturbed. What the last few years has taught me is when somebody's taken a strong position on something, and that position blows up in their face over and over and over again. There's never any form of mea culpa. In fact, the absolute opposite happens, and they rush to embrace a position that has destroyed them, which is what's going on with the BBC. The BBC are in a death spiral. They're on a total death spiral, and they're acting like they're in a death spiral, and they know they're in a death spiral. They're double, tripling, quadrupling down. So we're going to be looking at the BBC and what's going on with them, and we're seeing how that ties into our favourite Time Lord from Gallifrey. Although, do Time Lords come from anywhere else? Before we get there, can I ask you guys, can you hit the like button? That would be freaking awesome. Thank you very much. Can you hit the share button? That would be fantastic, double dozy, but mostly hit that subscribe button. That will make me insanely happy, and I would say somewhat pathetically happy, and it really is insanely true. I check, I wake up, I go and look at my YouTube account, I see if my subscribers go up, and I get excited when they got one. I'm like, I'm genuinely excited. So to that end, I instituted doing these weekly competitions for subscribers only. Subscribe to the channel, you can enter. So the prize this week, pretty darn good one, if I say so myself. It is the Rabbi from Another Planet's Christmas stocking. Rabbi from Another Planet's Christmas stocking. Doing the giveaway, I think, on December 26th. Each day we're adding a new thing into the Christmas stocking, and one person's going to walk away with all this swag. So what's in the stocking? Firstly, we have Quantum of Solace, James Bond Quantum of Solace on Blu-ray. I start with James Bond, because James Bond is, for me, intrinsically Christmassy. So we also added in James Bond Legends, PS3 game. It's not a great game, but you get to play James Bond, although sometimes you're playing Roger Moore Bond with Daniel Craig's voice, sometimes you're playing Sean Connery's Bond with Daniel Craig's voice. It's a bit strange, but it's still James Bondy. Get this other PS3 game, Star Trek, the J.J. Abrams Star Trek. I like the game. Personally, I actually like the game. Not many people did, but that's me. We added a couple of days ago the Nth Doctor, freaking awesome book, which has outlines all the cinematic Doctor Who's that never happened. Fascinating one was Leonard Nimoy's take on it. He was tapped to direct at one point. A couple of days ago, we added in, and we're adding in a new thing every day. So a couple of days ago, we added in this audio CD. I can just see reflection, right? You see my desktop, right? Not the CD. The desktop's not that interesting. That is fine. So the this is called Countermeasures. It's kind of like a Doctor Who spin-off, as if it was made by ITV, set in the 70s. I kind of like this one as well, called the Movellan Manoever. And then we added in Red Dwarf, Back to Earth on DVD. Get that into the... Everyone's just getting this. One person getting all this stuff, okay? And today's edition into the Christmas stocking is Highlander, McLeod. There can be only one. Although there's not. You see, there's two. Christopher Lambert from the movie, and there's this guy, Adrian Paul, from the TV show. So there's two. But this is not music. This is a story written by Kevin Scott and Mark Wright. It's is it a full-cast audio drama? No, it's like a book on tape. Adrian Paul reads Highlander, Kurgan Rising, McLeod! So you get that, and we're going to be adding in another thing tomorrow. All you need to do to win it, subscribe to the channel, and in the comments leave the hashtag Merry Christmas, one and all. Merry Christmas, one and all. Go check the video notes. Everything you need to know is there. While you're checking the video notes, I ask this literally every video I do. I got Indiegogo starting up too for these two graphic novels. Can you go and can you add your email address to the sign up list? I will start doing emails shortly to keep people informed. I will make it fun. I will make it fun frolics for all who sign up. If you do sign up and you're good enough to make a purchase, then you get one of these 4 very tasteful art cards with any purchase, unless you get the package which has both graphic novels, in which case you get all 4 art cards. In that case, I'm going to give you a 5th one for absolutely free. Well, not free, it's for the effort of going and adding your email address to my sign up list. Thank you very much for doing that. Okay, let's talk about the BBC, because the BBC do the darndest thing. So BBC not doing so well. Well, let's start off over here with this article. We'll start here. Mail Online. This is from, what day is this from? This is from the 19th, and it was December 19th. It was updated on the 20th. I'm recording this on the 23rd. I had heard that the plan to decriminalize the non-payment of the license fee has been pushed off because, and I'm not up to date with English politics, okay? So I don't know who anybody, I knew who Jeremy Corbyn was, this guy Dominic Cummings, who was seen to be reviled, right? People absolutely hated him. He's been fired or something, so they're pushing that back. That's why I just glanced this morning when I was putting everything for this. But the bottom line is the end is coming for the BBC, because the BBC is a service, right? It's a service for the British public, and the British public are going, I'm not satisfied with the service you're providing, right? I think the service you're providing is fundamentally flawed. So this article reads, BBC axed the BBC license fee for a Sky-style subscription service. 40% of viewers tell a poll as Tory backbenchers call Boris Johnson to re-examining funding. That's really the hub of everything. BBC have absolutely lost the British public's trust. And the British public love it. And they did it relatively quickly. I would say even as short as 5 years ago, less than that, the idea of getting rid of the license fee for a subscription model, which is going to be disastrous for the BBC. I mean, absolutely, there's no two ways about it. But, as we always find, when the expression is go woke, go broke, right? And when people do go woke, they go broke. And then, the remnants of whatever corporation is left, they just get teeny tiny and go woker, like DC Comics. Great example, right? They've reduced their publishing slate to virtually nothing, and then by March next year, it's only really obnoxious stuff that nobody is really interested in buying. But that's all that's going to remain. That sounds like probably all that remain with the BBC. So that sounds like Doctor Who is pretty. As long as it's the BBC, they'll break me Doctor Who because they love it. They absolutely love it. 40% of viewers tell backbenchers to get rid of it. Enough is enough. Only 37% of those polled favoured the present £157.50 annual charge. What is that in dollars? I'm guessing probably around $200 a year charge. Survey found 50% of viewers don't watch BBC shows during Christmas, which was their major push, and I think even less are going to watch it this year. I think the Doctor Who Christmas festive special, I need to say Christmas special, festive special. By the time that comes along, there's going to be so much like anger and hatred for the BBC and anger and discontent in general, because people are pissed off about being locked down, right? They are pissed off about it. I don't even know what's going to happen by the time we get there, like a couple of weeks from now, a week and a half from now, whatever it is. More than 25 MPs, members of Parliament, wrote to the PM Prime Minister to decriminalise licence fee evasion. Well, they're doing that. Fine, but so they just, okay, it basically says the same thing. There was a survey, people didn't like it, right? So, but why? Why is it people are so unhappy with it? So we when we get over here, Mrs. Jenkins. But Tory MP Andrea Jenkins writes below that she objects to having to pay the licence fee because of the lack of original programmes at Christmas. Well, that's interesting. Again, Christmas was the time for the BBC, right? Was the absolute epicentre of BBC entertainment. Among all those programmes that with a Christmas theme, I fear. Among those programs with a Christmas theme, I fear it's no longer a guaranteed quality. That's the other thing. Christmas TV used to be better, right? They used to put more time in, used to put more effort, it used to be prestigious, right? Not so much now. There's a Great British Showing B, a Christmas special, and Mrs. Brown's Christmas special, which you do every year. My dad loved it. I've never seen it. People like it. I got to check it out. She says the schedule is littered with endless repeats of cheap game shows. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. And when they're not cheap game shows, they're shows that are beating over the head with their ideological worldview. The fighters come as BBC faces mounting criticism for neglecting its older viewers and pushing the woke left agenda. So the first thing they do when you're talking to anybody with this mentality is they say, no, there's no woke agenda, doesn't exist, no. Whenever somebody denies something, that's virtually guaranteed. There's when they say, no, there's no voter fraud, no, people didn't want Brexit, no. Yeah, it doesn't exist. Don't look there. That's a guarantee. It freaking exists, right? Left in last week, the newspaper reported on a research on the campaign for Common Sense found of the 364 comedy slots broadcast over the past month, just the last month, just 4 feature comedians with explicitly conservative pro-Brexit views. I'm surprised they got that many, quite frankly, with 268 slots filled with comedians publicly pronounced left-wing views, such as Nishka Mir, Adam Hills, and I don't know any of these people. I don't live in England. Don't know any of these people. The BBC came under fire from view, blah, blah, blah. So let's bounce around a little bit from here. So yeah, look, people are not happy with the BBC. For much the reason most Doctor Who fans are not happy with the BBC, and we would like to see the license fee removed as a sort of punishment to the BBC. So let's take a look at this, for example. Vicar Dibley, used to be a kind of like fun, unifying, I never really liked it much, little sitcom. So this year, Dawn French, who plays the Vicar Dibley, it's more about her virtue signaling, her going, look at me, I look at. Here's the thing. The whole BLM thing, I can't actually say it out loud. The whole BLM thing is cynically created to win arguments and nothing else. Because you say, what? You don't think those lives matter? Say when you say like, this, having TV with 90% lesbians. Trans lesbians is not so representative. So what? You don't like black people? No, it's not that. It's not that. Once you start segregating people by their skin color, by their ethnicity, by their religion, you're a bigot, you moron! And quite frankly, this organization, the political organization that's represented that is this. Is, from what I can see, a racist, fascist organization, a totalitarian organization, a socialist organization. I say a racist, totalitarian, socialist organization. Listen, anybody who tells me someone's life doesn't matter because of skin color, they're wrong. Anybody who tells me that they're so good because they believe people with certain skin color lives matter, they're wrong too. So yeah, this is just annoying because what the BBC's done is they convince themselves they're rushing towards diversity. If we're more diverse, more people will be served and more people will love us. Oh, they'll love us so much, they say. But that's not really happened. What their diversity is, in fact, appealing to a teeny tiny segment of people. About a third of people live on Twitter, so under 1% of British population will go, oh, they'll look at this, oh, they're so stunning and brave, so important. So important we give this important message that I support a fascist organization. Okay, yeah, very good. So, Dawn, I'm sorry your life is lacking and you need to show off you're a good person. My suggestion is this: if you actually are a good person, you do things and you do it not for show, but for reality, you won't need to show off you're a good person. And you see this other article as well over here. BBC gets in hot water overspending £83,000 for tea. Well, it is England after all. £83,000 for tea. Corporation slammed over massive annual spending on hot drinks for staff. Yeah, that's probably one of the lesser of their ridiculous spending. Do they have any? Do they have any of the crazy amounts of money they spent on like private jets? I think for Piers Wenger. No, they don't. Oh, that's a shame. They don't have that figure there. So anyway, the bottom line is this. The BBC and the viewing public are in a little bit of odds with one another, right? They're not really on the same page. They're not really listening to each other, which is kind of fascinating because, as I said, the BBC are double, tripling, quadrupling down on this. We got to be the most diverse ever. We got to because they've screwed up massively, and I think the only thing they got to hold on to now is this like cloud of moral superiority, which is not real. It's not real at all. So let's bring all this to Doctor Who. The fascinating thing is this. The absolute fascinating thing is this. They're charging ahead as if they're not massive failures, right? And it is somewhat comical. So let's read this article from BBC where they get really excited about their new Dalek design, which really doesn't look very good. Now, I don't want to rank on Doctor Who for everything, the current era Doctor Who for everything, especially the design work. The design work, generally speaking, I think has been some of it's been very good. I think the Cybermen were very good. I think the what we've seen of Sontarans from season 13. I can't believe they're making one, but they're double tripling down. Yeah, it's been pretty good. These Daleks really do not look good. They look to me like they want. Like they're gay sex aids. They're designed to appeal to gay gentlemen who would like to put large things up their arse. Now, I'm not just now. I don't say that with any form of derision. Whatever hobby one has at home. Between their the privacy of their own walls, whatever they want to get up to, absolutely fine. But it is just reasonably obvious the utter disconnect that Chris Chibnall, a moron, and Matt Stevens, who I think is an upper class moron, have from the rest of the world. So let's hear about their Dalek design. So Chris Chibnall starts talking and goes, "It's difficult." Oh, I bet it is for you, mate. "It's difficult to talk about it without giving away too many spoilers." Chris, mate, nobody cares. Nobody cares. No one's worried. Okay, we know you've ripped off the Big Finish story, Blood of the Daleks, and you mixed it a little bit with Victory for the Daleks. We know, okay? They're not real Daleks. They were made out the leftover bits of the resolution. We know. You're not... No one's been surprised by anything you've done. That's really the way. I was surprised that everything people said you were going to do, you actually did. I'm like, really? Like, well, yeah, when you cast Jodie Whittaker as a Doctor, I thought, well, that's an interesting bit of casting. I'm interested to see where they're going to go with that. And other people went and said, no, it's going to be awful. I'm like, well, why? Why is it necessarily a woman playing the Doctor going to be awful? I said, no, the problem is it's an indication. They're not just saying I'm going to have a woman play the Doctor. They're saying we're going to go headlong into this really divisive and unpopular woke agenda, right? That's essentially what they're saying. So no one's worried about spoilers. But just listen to this. But I think we wanted. I think what we wanted is something that's sleek and shiny and powerful, like you might put in your bottom, and slightly different to any Dalek you might have seen before. Yeah, who cares? So then here comes Strevers. Strevers, such a moron. You want to contemporize them? Yeah. What is that? What you learned in your Eton television watching club? You want to contemporize them, he says. Make them hold up to scrutiny under modern filming techniques. And in your bottom, all right, as they look as high-end as they possibly can. Mate, you want them to look high-end? Really? You want to go up high in your end, do you? That's good. If you want to make them look high-end, just get off this production. You and Chin will get off the production. Everything you do looks like cheap, unwatchable tat. You can't stray too far from the classic design, and then what? You can't stray too far from the classic design. But what can you do within that? Not this, moron. How can you make them feel different and relevant and sexy and lethal as well? Listen. My premise is Matt Stevens is a closeted. Is he closeted? I don't know. Matt Stevens is a somebody who likes to put shove stuff up his arse. Okay, that is my premise. And then everything he says kind of says, "Oh, I like to put shove stuff up my arse." Getting ahead, really, darling. I mean, like, just think this through. Apart from blah blah blah. Different layers around the there are different layers around the dome with the most noticeable change to the upper part of the new Dalek is design gives how he gives light. Oh god, they're so excited that they light up, right? They're so excited. Matthew, what is it, Quiz? I have an idea. What's your idea? Maybe we can put lights in the Daleks. Oh, that's so stunning and brave. That's so stunning, man. It'll help light up when you put it up somebody's bottom, right? So you can see where you're going in the tunnel of love. They're so excited about that. They light up at night with red lights, and it's very interesting, mate. It's not very interesting, okay? Everything you write is not in that sentence isn't interesting. Nothing you've ever done is very interesting. I know you very much want to be very interesting. I know that's what you want. You're not very interesting. How boring are you? You took one of the most delightful, beloved, interesting TV shows and you made it boring, okay? That's got to be a pretty dumb, boring person to do that. So your great ideas, they're going to light up the night with red lights. Okay, a bit of red light action for you, which I'm sure, Stevens, you are not unfamiliar with, I would say. Although, okay, say little safety announcement. Several years ago, before I started the channel, I went on vacation to Amsterdam, and we went into the red light districts. Myself and my wife, we went to a walk around the red light district. And then we found out a bit of disturbing news. Oh, a bit disturbing to us, but I guess something you should know if you're somebody like Matt Stevens, potential customer. If they have a blue light, that means they're a gentleman dressed up like a lady, okay? Red light's a lady, red and blue lights, gentleman dressed up as a lady. Just so you know. Yeah, because, again, fortunately I'm married. It's not a situation I might find myself getting into, but I can certainly see the uninitiated will be like, really? Wouldn't it be terrible? You find out like a month later, you go, what, really? Really? What? I don't know. The cunt can there with sexual sex in there had been fleshed out a bit. Oh, that gives you to hang on to. God, look at these things. Do they not look like massive gay dildos? Don't they? Yes, they do. I'm not making it up. I didn't design that. And yeah, I should be doing that with that. That's a bit suggestive. The gun canvas was much tighter. Oh, tighter, strong. Even the skirt of the Dalek was slimmer in 2019. We boarded it all out. We wanted to make it more muscular. Yes, I bet you do. You like a bit of a bear, do you, Stevens? Most notably the famous Dalek sink plunger, in reality known as a manipulator arm. No, it's a sink plunger. It's also, because it's boring crap. Yeah. Oh, the sink plunger. That's a bit of a quirkiness. Let's take that out. What else they got to say? Someone who take note about the body or skirt of the Dalek. Yeah, look, we can see it looks crap. Look, basically they wanted to make the remote control instead of having an actor in them, and thus take away a performance, right? We're supposed to lie, blah 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 blah. They're just small little details like the number and shape of whatever you call those things on the side of the Dalek. Balls. I know you haven't done it, which I suppose in a fetish measure you could call balls, called Trish Jimnall. God, it's always like the office accountant thinks he said something funny, and you go, that's who Chibnall is. That's who he is. We could call them baubles. And changes to the little things adorning the Daleks, the new slats, and so on. Okay. Fans may note that this section is unlike the Bronze Dalek seen in recent years. Then you're like, fine, yeah. The Bronze Dalek basically designed by Russell T Davies. He nailed that completely. Like Mike Tucker designed them, but when he making them, he said we got to make them like an inch wider here, like a really it's like finite thing. And look at this. I mean, really, all the subtlety that the BBC has become. We can have no love. Yes, because all police are bastards, right? All ACB, right? ACB, yeah. And so the Dalek, yeah, it's so painfully obvious. Oh God, I hate it. So basically, okay, Blood of the Daleks, the Big Finish release, Victory of the Daleks, and obnoxious political badgering. That's the special. I basically described it for you. Unlike other models, this particular Dalek is remote controlled, says Stevens. He's so excited. Also, it's slightly filled out. It still would have been difficult to get a human operator inside. This particular model, you know about getting a human operator inside tight spaces, don't you, mate? I bet you do. And of course, this is far from the only way this Dalek is different from what we've been used to. See, look, you can see there's an actor in this, and these two people are actually giving performances against each other. That's why it's good. After reigning strong since 2005, including the failed revamp in 2010 that was quickly shelved, the popular Bronze Dalek, which will no longer be the default, or at least in the upcoming special. Yeah, it is. Okay. They're the fake Daleks that the people have made, and the bronze one's the real one. It's not going back to maybe one of the classic bronze Daleks that we've seen in recent years. Yeah, we can see, Stevens. It's slightly taller, maybe an inch or two. Could get a bit deeper, baby. Maybe an inch or maybe slightly higher than the bronze, but not as wide. Oh, we can't. There was the bronze ones look like they've been really working out in the gym. These are they're much stockier. Or rather, this version is a bit sleeker. Okay. It's deliberately different from those Daleks we had on the screen before, said Timo. You're never replacing what's gone before. Chibs. You erased everything that went before. Don't you remember? Yeah, so you are trying to. You're just adding a new variant. And this, it's just this story about these black and red Daleks. God. In other words, you have not seen a lot. Yeah, they came out with an article 2 days later saying they're back. Yeah, it's based on the Resolution Dalek. It harks back to the reconnaissance Daleks in Resolution, says Jimmel. Confirmed. It's almost as like that might be a plot point. How can somebody so freaking devoid of like charm and interpersonal wit be a writer? Oh my God. Just how did that happen? We wanted you to see the origins of the reconnaissance Dalek, says Stephen. So yeah, okay, that is a spoiler. Because in a sense, that Dalek gives birth to the next iteration that we've seen in Revolution. Yes, we know. The evil Donald Trump guy gets the bits of the Daleks, makes his own ones, and then real Daleks turn up and they turn out and they go out and they kill everyone. Okay, fine. Captain Jack's there to be put down by Yaz. So I can't wait to after the special to see if I can just play that back again, play that clip back. Which I probably will. When the news of the story was so much about the Dalek toy that we construct itself from scrap metal parts and bits. And then this takes that story in a different way. Okay, the Lincoln Dalek was a story made itself. It was constructed from a memory of a blueprint of what its armor should be. And it did it in a scrap metal. Okay, we know! We saw it! We didn't like it! Now, this one is slightly more proportioned. We wanted a slight redesign of the shape. If you like, more of a Heath Robinson shape than last time. I don't know how much longer this is going on for. Okay, we're nearly at the end. Really, there are reasons for all these design decisions, as General says. The reason is you're a useless hack. There's always a pressure. Oh, you like a bit of pressure, don't you, Stephen? There's always a bit of pressure. There's always pressure when you redesign or refresh any Doctor Who monster. But equally, that's part of the job. Well, yeah, what would you know? Part of the job. 8 episodes over 2 years. Don't hold you. Not very impressive. And that's part of what keeps it new and interesting. How would you know? The least new and interesting person ever to exist. Even though at times there are jokes about Daleks, they are really enduring classic design that we thought would take a shit on them. So how did you come up with the idea of taking a shit on the Daleks? Oh, okay. So this is how we came up with the idea. Well, I bought a Dalek-shaped dildo, this is Matt Strevers, and I put it up my arse, and then, because of that, it caused me to poo, and I took a shit all over the Daleks, of my Dalek-shaped dildo, and I thought, oh, quiz. We can make Daleks where they take a shit all over them. I know that's basically what they did. It's really incredible design by Ray Cusack, who designed them. They're like the mini of Doctor Who. Oh, like the mini matter. That me and Doctor Who concluded. You just can't keep. You can just keep updating them. There's always flavors to play with. Oh God, just leave me alone. I hate. So there you go. They why is the BBC in a nosedive? Why is the BBC playing? They're basically they're the band on the deck of the Titanic, playing as it goes down and embracing this nonsense. Because they're morons. Because they're morons who have, through their stupidity, have destroyed the thing that they said they wanted to work for, and now they feel a bit silly. That's because they're morons. That's what's going on. My name is Felix Beckett. You are Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.